Hey there, how are you doing? We got to our fifth day of self-assessment week, and today we are starting B1 level. I hope you liked the collocations that we studied, right? While studying level A2. By the way, maybe you're going to hear some noise. My neighbor is doing some noise. Doing some noise or making noise? Making noise. Yes, the right collocation is make noise. During this quarantine, it's common, right? I mean, to have to hear noise everywhere. By the way, quarantine is the name of this period that we've been living, right? In some countries, lockdown. Anyway, so let's get started. Yeah, B1 level. One thing that B1 students need to bear in mind is that at this point, we are going to use expressions and more sophisticated vocabulary. Of course, we are going to have our classes in English, right? So you are a B1 student. It doesn't mean that translation should be forbidden, prohibited. Not really. But it is possible. Sometimes it is necessary, one word or another. But in general, B1 students should be able to understand the whole class in English. So the level of English that we teachers use during B1 classes is different, okay? So this is the first point about being a B1 student. You need to be able to explain words and expressions. I mean, maybe words that you don't know in English. You need to be able to explain what you want to say. So then your friend, your colleague, your classmate, or even your teacher will understand what you want to say if you don't know that specific word. Okay, so let's get started. Our first class of B1 level, we are going to talk about exactly this, about having online classes, right? What about having online classes? On YouTube, you may find lots of videos talking about the benefits, right? I mean, the positive and negative aspects of having classes online. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about. Self-assessment week level B1, video number 1, our first class. So what about having classes online? Would you rather have classes online or face-to-face classes? What would you prefer? So think about an answer. What would you say in a B1 class if we have a discussion on this topic? What would you say? Keep in mind that when you answer a question like that, you are not supposed to say, I'd rather have online classes, period. No, you've got to extend. You have to support your answer. So you have to think about why you would say online or face-to-face classes. And for example, this is an example of an answer. I'd rather have online classes because there are more upsides than downsides. But then remember, you should explain which are the upsides and which are the downsides. Another point is when you talk about upside and downside, if you don't understand the meaning of upside and downside, we should think of a synonym for that. So B1 students need to know how to paraphrase, okay? To paraphrase or to use synonyms for specific words. So you need to know how to say one word in different ways, okay? So what's a synonym for upside or upsides? Advantages. Downsides? Disadvantages, all right? So you see that at this level, we should know how to talk about advantages, disadvantages, explain. So your point of view will be easily understood by your interlocutor, right? Your interlocutor will understand clearly what you want to say, okay? So advantage. What's the opposite of advantage? Disadvantage. And a synonym for advantage? Upside. And the opposite? Downside. That's right. Remember that yesterday we talked about collocations, right? Like do a difference, or make a difference, do noise or make noise, make a difference, and make noise, right? This is the right collocation. So the same thing happens with these words here. So advantage, disadvantage, upside, downside. These words must be followed by a specific preposition. So let's give it a try. Let's try. What do you think? What's the preposition we should use? The advantage of, okay? Of. So this is the correct preposition. The advantage of. And if you want to talk about the problem, by the way, what's a synonym for problem? Trouble, the trouble, or the difficulty. And what's the preposition we use? With. That's it. The problem with, the trouble with. And then you can explain, you can discuss in a clear way. You can express your thoughts, your opinions in a very clear way. The same with the words, the good thing. So by the way, what's the superlative? What's the superlative for good? Well, this is the best, the best. And the opposite for good? Bad. That's right. And the superlative for bad, this is the worst. The bad thing, the good thing, the worst thing, the best thing, the preposition is about. The best thing about. So if you want to say something really good about having online classes, you can say the best thing about, and then you express your opinion. Okay? So now we have here one example of you know, point of view, right? This is a point of view regarding having online classes. So we have here, like, I have online classes. The upside is I don't need to take public transportation to get to school. Notice that here we have two sentences. I have classes online. The upside is I don't need to take public transportation to get to school. B1 students should also know how to express their thoughts using long strategies of language. So we should connect these two sentences, okay? What's the preposition we use with the upside? The upside? Okay, I'll show you again just in case. The upside? Of, that's it. So the upside of, so you may say, the upside of having English classes or having classes online is that I don't need to take public transportation to get to school. So here we have the preposition of. Another important point is that we have here ing, and why is the verb have followed by ing? Why? Because we have a preposition. Whenever we have a preposition, you have to use ing in the next verb, right? So the upside of having classes online is that I don't need to take public transportation to get to school. Okay? Another example, and here we have is that to complement my thought. But let's see the next example. I started to take English classes online. The advantage is I can watch the videos more than once. So you can watch and re-watch the videos, right? So if you want to connect these two sentences, we have here the advantage. What's the preposition we use with the advantage? The advantage of, that's it. And again, the advantage of taking English classes online is that I can watch the videos more than once. So this is how you express your thoughts using long strategies of language, and you sound more fluent, more, the word's not fluent, but actually you sound more sophisticated, and you can support your point of view. You can support your opinions. Okay, so leave messages, answer these questions, please, in the comment section, right? So in that, answer these questions. So the questions we have here are, what's the trouble with taking classes online? What's the best thing about having online classes in groups? So you can have online classes, but with more students. And what's the best thing about having these classes online? And what's the trouble with working from home? Remember, we don't say do home office. We say work from home, right? Telecommute. So if you're following us on Instagram, probably you have already seen this tip, yeah? So this is it. Leave your answers here, answer these questions. We're gonna be very glad, very happy to see you participating, and share this video with friends, like our channel, and subscribe, all right? And see you soon. Take care.